Testing. All right. No, I'm not getting anything. Hold up. Testing. Hold up. All right. I think I got it. I just got to twist it around a little bit. All right. Sorry about that, guys. And I know we probably lost like all of our viewers now because nobody's gonna want to sit through us messing this around. But it's still a work in progress. Let me just post on Instagram that we are live. Yeah, nobody's gonna say anything. Probably. So you want to tell them what we're talking about today, Tyler?
Right, yes. We had recently seen the critically acclaimed movie A Quiet Place, which I'm pretty sure is going to win the Emmy, Golden Globe Emmy. Because it should. It really should. The acting was on point. The storyline wasn't everywhere. The ending was. The ending was alright.
I love the ending.
It was alright, but it wasn't the. It wasn't really that scary as it was just suspenseful and sort of like a thriller type movie. I'd say beat for beat, the movie was really suspenseful and really good too. And like the scares weren't cheap; they were authentic. Like they weren't just random jump scares.
Yeah,
like, I think like
well, there was some jump scares,
there was
but
like
with
one
the
random jump scare.
nature of this kind of movie, there has to be the whole thing takes place in silence. Like that just sets it up for potential jump scares.
Yeah.
So,
but like I mean, like jump scares, but it's not needed. Where like the dad, like scared the little girl.
Yeah.
That was like one cheap jump scare. Everything else was just about the monsters.
I mean, and then there was the raccoons. Well, actually,
yeah, raccoon.
It was like should have probably put spoil. Yeah, we're gonna be talking spoilers here. Yeah. So.
I mean, if it says review.
No, there's spoiler-less reviews. I'll put that in the title. But yeah, there was that one scene with the raccoons where that was a fake jump scare, but I didn't have a problem with it because I thought, we get this one good fake jump scare. It kind of sets up, and that I noticed what, yeah, and it kind of set up the tone and the mood of how they're living now.
Yeah.
Without actually getting into the meat of the story.
Right. And the thing is, the beginning, I really liked the beginning because they managed to make me hate a character within like 5 minutes of screen time.
Wait, who's
the little kid?
Oh yeah. Well, everybody hates that so much. I thought it made perfect sense.
I know it made sense, and you knew he was going to take the batteries for the rocket.
Yeah.
I was like, don't do it, don't you? He took them. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
And then when he died, I kind of felt bad because like it's kind of your fault.
It just it's kind of his fault.
But then again, the mom like later on in the movie felt grief for him.
Yeah.
And she was saying how like her hands were like empty and she could have been holding him, which
it set up a really good dynamic with the daughter.
It did.
And the father, and how she felt guilty, but then and she thought her father hated her.
Yeah.
And that was really interesting. That was the meat of the story right there. It
wasn't so much about the monsters, but
it was about the family.
Right. And I think that's really good too, because most monster movies they focus mainly on the monster and like what it is and like where it came from. This was just about like a family surviving.
Yeah.
Through a crisis of monster attacks.
Yeah. I know it was great, and there was some really suspenseful scenes. Like everything with Emily Blunt, I was literally watching the movie like this, like when she was giving birth in the bathtub.
When she like stepped on the nail.
She stepped on the nail.
Oh god, I felt that. I was like, because we were right next to speakers, so like everything we heard was like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
I was like,
And what was the other? Oh yeah, and when she's sleeping and then she wakes up and there's water, and then the creature's right there.
Oh yeah.
And she has to get to the baby. I
For,
was
for
like,
a while,
oh man.
when the lid wasn't on top of the crib, I had thought he ate the baby.
Yeah.
I was so like relieved when the camera like panned over the crib and
Yeah.
the baby was still in there. I was like, oh god, I thought it ate the baby.
And then
I was so creeped out when it went under the water though. I was like, oh hell no, I would have went back on that bed.
yeah.
I would have went back on that bed with the baby, or
Oh,
like
that
maybe
was-
watch the baby.
It was crazy. I was like, she gets to the water, and then you're like, oh no, that thing's gonna like jump up and attack her. Like, oh man, that was crazy.
Think about that. If you're like underwater, there's not much you can hear. You can't really hear.
Yeah. And,
Oh, another thing, like the tactics for like moving around the place, like so quietly, I liked it with the whole sand and
they put marks on the floor so that way they knew where they wouldn't make a creek.
yeah, especially in that like old house that the dad told
Yeah.
her not to go in. Which I wasn't clear on why she couldn't go in the basement. I was guessing because there's like stuff down there. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
I mean, yeah. I thought. I'm just thinking about this movie. Do you think they'll come out with a sequel or probably?
I hope they don't.
Yeah, I don't think they.
That's like a one-hit wonder.
Yeah,
I really
but I really think what they're gonna do is they're gonna make a prequel. I'm
So,
not
like-
saying this is what they should do, but this is probably what they're gonna do.
To like the whole.
Yeah, they're gonna make a prequel probably from day one. That's
Yeah, because
actually-
didn't they start like in day 400 or like 36 or something?
yeah. Well, it started day 89, then it went to 4
All right.
or something. But I actually thought how they were gonna end it is they were gonna go back to day one. Like, did you ever see Contagion? You know how they started from like day 3 or something like that, and then at the end of the movie they go back to day one and show how the disease started. I thought they were gonna do that with A Quiet Place, where they go back to day one. And that'd
I
be how it
honestly
ended.
thought I wanted that feel good happy ending, where like all the family just like rejoiced and like fled. the
Well, you did
area.
kind of get a feel like, I'm sorry, Emily Blunt just going with the gun. I was like, yes.
Yeah,
that's the
everybody
perfect
was
way to end it.
clapping in the theater too.
Yeah,
It was like sort of like a standing ovation thing. But like that was good. That was good. That was like, oh yeah,
yeah,
and it sort of gave the viewers like what happened next for their own
yeah.
their own
That
take.
It was a good ending.
Honestly, when the dad was like signing to the girl that he loved her, he always loved her.
That was emotional.
I
I just think John Krasinski, he's so good at facial expressions and like
you can tell.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
Mhm.
I mean, even in The Office, like I knew he was perfect for this because The Office, when he would like look at the camera, he gave like the best facial expressions.
It was funny too.
Yeah, I mean, it was good for comedy, but now we know he can express a lot of emotion
Right.
too. Which is
You get very
amazing.
different types of emotion,
Yeah,
especially with the hand signing. When you don't talk, you can't really tell because
Yeah.
like when you talk, there's certain levels of emotion you can tell.
Yeah.
With signing, it's like, but like if you can do facial expressions right, then
Yeah,
it conveys
yeah.
sort of emotion hand to hand.
I was in the direction because he directed it as well. I was just floored by the direction because it was so well done and I was so engaged in a movie that had really no dialogue.
Right.
That's
You know, if you would
impressive.
have told me I was gonna see the best movie of 2018 with no dialogue, it was silent
Yeah.
as hell, I would have said I was crazy. Because usually silent films don't work for me.
Yeah.
You know, it like drives me a little
And
nuts.
the sound design was really on point too.
Yeah,
Like I think it's gonna win the Oscar for sound design
it
because
should.
you could hear every little sound was just perfect.
Yeah, you hear like the crickets,
Yeah.
like, creaking.
Yeah.
It was like so quiet, like you saying, it was so quiet you could hear me like eating, and I wasn't even eating that loud.
Yeah.
But you could hear every little thing in the theater.
Now, do you think, because last year, a lot of people are comparing this to Get Out when Jordan Peele, the comedian, made a master horror film. Now it's John Krasinski, the comedian, made a master horror film.
Yeah.
Do you think A Quiet Place could get nominated for Best Picture, John Krasinski for Best Director,
Yeah.
John Krasinski for Best Actor?
I think, yeah. honestly.
I think he could too. But
And it's crazy because these comedians, you would think comedians can only do funny, but apparently all these
they can
comedians
do
can do
horror,
horror.
yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's but like with St. John Krasinski and what's the one from Get Out?
Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele. Their movies weren't so much as scary as they were suspenseful.
Yeah,
Like there were a few jump scares, but like they weren't scary, but like they were suspenseful.
yeah.
So I think the comedians could do like suspenseful, like real actual horror. Like
Yeah, yeah, I didn't see
You know-
Get Out.
you really?
I didn't yet.
Yes, yeah. I'll show you. It's real good.
But I mean, I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Mm.
Well, I think that's about all we have time for. What did you guys think about A Quiet Place? Let us know in the comments.
Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you think the ending was lackluster? Whatever. Put your comments in the down below.
All right, and we hope to see you at the movies. Don't forget to subscribe.